Hey guys, today we are going through 5 steps on how you should build your MVP. Most founders get this part wrong and build something for weeks nobody needs. I will also show you how I built an MVP in just one weekend and what you should focus on. Your MVP is not your product vision. It's the smallest version of your idea that lets a real user experience value fast. So before building anything, you need to map a simple user journey. What should the user do step by step to get a meaningful outcome? If you can't describe this journey in 3 to 5 simple steps, your MVP is probably too big. Your goal here is not to impress, it's to learn. Let's take our mental health app we've been using as an example. What's the core outcome we want? A remote developer should feel a little more supported and a little less isolated after a first simple interaction. How could that happen? Here's a possible core user journey. First, lands on the app, simple welcome screen. Second, logs today's mood with one tap. Third, receives a personalized insight or supportive message. And fourth, optionally, you could bookmark it or share it. And that's it. If we can get users to complete this flow and they are valuable, we know we're onto something. We don't need profiles, community features, or a full content library at this stage. Now that you have defined the core user journey, it's time to ask, what do I really need to build to make that journey work? This is where most MVPs fall apart. Founders overbuild. They try to include every idea from their brainstorm sessions before they've tested a single assumption. Here's the rule. If a feature isn't required to complete that first user experience, it goes to the later pile. Not never, just not now. Let's go back to our example. We already said the core user journey is mood logging, receive a helpful insight. So what do we actually need to deliver that? We need must-haves. A mood tracker, single tap input. We need basic logic to deliver a personalized insight. And we need a simple landing page or sign up method, email, or even just a temporary session. Nice to haves: AI powered journaling, community chat, mood history over time, personalized avatars, notification reminders, and user profile settings. All good ideas, but none of them are required to test whether the core journey provides value. Once you know which features matter, it's time to sketch your MVP. Not spec it, not blueprint it, just sketch it. This is not about wireframes, full designs, or pixel perfection. You just need something you can look at and say, this is what users see, this is what they do, and this is what they get. It helps you to stay focused on the experience, catch complexity early, communicate your idea clearly to others, or just to your future self. Let's go back to our example with the mental health app. Our MVP has 3 main pieces: a simple landing page or welcome screen, a mood tracker, ideally one click or emoji based, a screen that gives you a short supportive insight or message. That's it. Here's how I'd sketch it. On the first screen, welcome, log your mood today, like with 3 emoji buttons. And on the second screen, based on the emotions you choose, one personalized message. Feeling down? You're not alone. Try this short breathing exercise. You could literally draw this on paper, in Notion, or on a whiteboard. It doesn't need to be pretty, it just needs to be clear. Here is actually a good time to come up with my own example of my MVP that I built in just one weekend. So I had this idea of doing a barbecue table where people can actually sit around and do the barbecue on the table. But that's not the topic now. We are not talking about my idea or how I validated it. We are talking about the MVP. So first I went there and sketched it in a simple tool just to see how it could look like. Then I started. I took a cheap plate, table plate, and I just cut a hole in it. Took a metal part where I can put the coal, put the grid on it, and coal, and started the barbecue. Invited 10 friends to test it out, and we did a simple barbecue. It was not pretty, it was not overbuilt, just something really, really easy. Exactly the steps we are going through in this video. Now that you've sketched your MVP, it's time to choose how you will build it. And here's the mindset shift. You're not building a product, you're building a learning tool. So your stack should prioritize speed over scale and learning over engineering. That means use tools you already know. Use no code or low code wherever possible. Only write custom code if it's absolutely necessary. Because at this stage, your goal is not to impress other founders or investors, it's to get feedback from real users. For our mental health MVP, here's a fast stack I'd consider. First, a landing page. Second, mood tracker. Third, personalized message logic. Fourth, a simple database. Five, an email follow up. And six, Notion as a basic content CMS. With this stack, you can build the entire MVP in 1 to 2 weekends. You don't need to hire developers, and you can test your core user journey immediately. And remember, once users show traction, then you can think about scaling or custom building. The last step is really, really important. Set a deadline. Your MVP is not a long term product roadmap, it's a short term learning project. And time boxing your build is what it keeps lean, focused, and actually done. Here's the rule: if you can't build and test your MVP in 30 days, it's probably too big. Cut features until you can. A time box creates urgency and forces you to make the right trade offs. Let's say we commit to launching our mental health app in 30 days. How's Here I'd break it down. In week 1, we finalize the user journey, we sketch screens, and we choose our tools. In week 2 to 3, we build a landing page, we build mood tracking flow, and we set up automation and insights. In week 4, we test it with 5 to 10 real users and collect feedback and iterate once. Done. If people engage and feel supported, even in this simple version, we have something real. If you are building your MVP right now, tell me in the comments, what's one feature you are skipping? And if you made it that far, like, subscribe, and share it with someone that is actually overbuilding. We will make this real together.